Am I enjoying TrackMania Turbo? Yes, and I'm gonna say nothing but good things about this game, and then I'm gonna end this video by saying that I'm not buying it when it comes out tomorrow. And that sounds like a contradiction, but I just think TrackMania is not my style of game. Or rather, I know how to enjoy a TrackMania game, but I also know myself better than anyone. And I know I won't be playing this next week because it's just not my style. But if you've played previous TrackMania games, then this one will feel very familiar, and at the same time it has enough new things to justify a sequel. Now, my past experience with TrackMania is perhaps limited to the free-to-play version of TrackMania Stadium, so some features that felt new to me maybe were present if you paid for the game previously, but I don't know, because I never paid. So I'm gonna be treating them as new features, because a lot of people just like me have only played the free-to-play version. And I think that's one of the main obstacles that TrackMania Turbo has to overcome. People are used to playing this game for free. How are you gonna make people pay to play the same type of game now? And the answer is with tons of new features. Like I said, it's a familiar game. You still got the online lobbies with custom-made tracks, which have an impressive difficulty range. When you go to select the server, it tells you if the tracks on that server are at your skill level, above or below. And that's based on the rank that you have. You got a world rank, a national rank, and a regional rank, which I think is what keeps players coming back to this game, because they want to improve, they want to get better. And even if they're not fighting for world rank, because there's so many people fighting for that, they're at least going for the regional. Look at this, I got number 3 on this track, on the north part of Portugal. And this just gives me a huge motivation to keep trying and keep getting better at this track until I reach number 1. And by the time I'm number 1, I'm gonna be much higher on my national rank. And it just keeps going on and on like that. There's also some new elements to this familiar formula. First of all, there's 4 different types of vehicles, and so far I had only driven the Formula 1 car. The other cars behave very differently. They have different weights, they turn much more aggressively at times, and this one's my favorite because this one is the Drift King. And that's my middle name, as most of you know. Drift King out in the streets, y'all. Yeah, whenever this car is present, there's a lot of drifting going around, which I never really expected from a TrackMania. And it's a welcome addition. It adds variety to the game. And if you want the old style of game, you can always just pick tracks that use the Formula 1 car. It's not like different cars are gonna give you an advantage over your opponents, because each track is made for a specific car, so you can't use a different one on the same track, if you know what I mean. There's different terrain types, they're back. You got the asphalt, the dirt, the sand. Sand is crazy. It's really hard to control your car in sand. And instead of the custom-made soundtracks on the online lobbies, you know, where you would log in and you would listen to whatever the host was playing, which usually was Skrillex or dubstep remixes of popular songs, you've got a dynamic soundtrack where the music reacts to what you do. They've got like different stems and different EQ settings, so when you're going slow, the music gets deeper, and when you're going fast, the beat kicks in and the music just goes all out. That said, you're not gonna have the variety that you had in the online lobbies with the custom soundtracks. The game's soundtrack seems to stick to one genre, and if you like it, you do. If you don't, I guess you could turn it off and listen to your own music. The game has a campaign that gets increasingly tougher, which is good for training your skills and trying out all the vehicles in all types of terrain. And they're making this a party game. And this is the only thing I haven't tried out on this weekend's beta, because everything that was local multiplayer was just not available. But there's a new game mode called Double Driver, in which you have a friend grab a second controller and you both control the same car. And that's kind of insane and sounds like a nightmare, but maybe it's the kind of nightmare you don't mind going through if you're having fun with a friend. You got a hot seat game mode, in which you try to get the best time and then pass on the controller to the next friend, and this goes up to 8 players or 16 if you're doing it double driver style. And it also has 4-player split screen. I think this game answered all the questions that I had, which are, yes, this is a great TrackMania game, and it has enough new stuff that you will want to buy this to try it out, and it has enough familiarity that it doesn't take away from what was good about those games already. The track editor is back, it's complete as hell. You can even randomly create a track and then tweak it and change it as you like it. It's really impressive, but it's not free anymore, and that's a big hurdle that it will have to overcome with its audience. It's not a full-priced game, it's 35 euros, maybe 35 bucks too, I don't know. And again, I won't be buying it, because I know I will get tired of playing this game by myself. The reason why I played the previous TrackMania is that I had a lot of friends playing it back then, and I know those friends won't make the transition to TrackMania Turbo. So even though this game is brilliant, I think it has a big obstacle to overcome, which is the price. I would love to hear your opinions on this one. What's your guys' history with TrackMania, and will you be giving TrackMania Turbo a chance? I would love to hear where you stand on this one. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, click that like button, it helps me out so much, guys, you have no idea. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more gaming goodness. I've been Globku, thank you very much for watching, boy.